So as a manager in the Adlab, what I do is a lot of organization and making sure that creatives understand the brief that they have in front of them, that they understand deadlines for upcoming projects.
My role is to help the creative teams bring their ideas to life. So I take care of all the logistical parts of like scheduling and time management and all of that so that they can make sure that their creative idea is coming across the way that they want it to.
In a group setting as a manager, you've got to be the note taker. You've got to be the appointment setter. You've got to be the glue that holds everyone together.
My emphasis is more in production management and project management, so I take care of a project or a production specifically, and I'll work with each department with art, content, copy, and make sure that their vision comes to life the way that they imagined it. My job is basically to just get all the pieces together to make it happen, just so that the creatives can fully focus on their idea and I can take care of the rest.
I can definitely feel like you're kind of like the parent of the project, but I think if you're really detail oriented and very organized and like being the person that like knows everything and that people can come to as a resource, like you'd be an amazing manager.
You need to be detail oriented, so detail oriented.
You just have to be hyper organized in every sense of your life, because if you're not organized, then no one on your team is going to be organized. And I'd also say just a great communicator. Be an over communicator. Like, don't be afraid to restate things multiple times, because better to over communicate than to under communicate.
People skills and the ability to stay calm even when things are crazy and hectic.
You need to be able to be anyone's friend.
I would just say like be everyone's friend. And it's hard because like not everyone, you don't like everyone. But you know, just be open to making that connection with people.
Yeah, and then for production specifically, I would say if you can learn any sort of film skills, camera equipment, storyboarding, storytelling, that kind of thing, that will help as well.
If you get production experience, you are a better account manager for that. You understand what the creatives do on a project, so then you can help them, you know, in the future on other projects.
And so just start learning as much as you can before you get in the program, because it just goes really quickly and you want to be able to have a solid background in those creative skills or management skills so that you can hit the ground running and be able to work on lots of projects.
So I really wavered between applying to the creative track or being an account manager. I even wavered between being an account manager or a strategist, but ultimately at the end of the day, I chose account management because I needed to know everything going on behind the scenes. I realized that I couldn't fall asleep at night if I was working on something and I didn't know the next steps, or I didn't understand the brief or something like that.
For me, I would say that decision was somewhat made for me when I applied to the creative track and didn't make it. So when I ended up back in the account track, that's when I kind of decided to emphasize more in production, and it's worked out really well. Like I said, it gives me a good it puts me in a good spot to be able to use management skills and creative skills, and so I'm really glad that it worked out the way that it has.
I think the decision comes just by trying both, and that's what I hadn't done up until that point. So I'm super glad that I did end up trying both.
The management track in the Adlab gives you so many versatile skills that you can use in many different ways within advertising and outside of advertising, and so I think a management emphasis within this degree is something that can carry over in lots of different roles and lots of different jobs.
Failure is your friend. Just don't be afraid to fail, because for me that was the biggest tutor. Until you really fail, you don't appreciate success and you don't really know what it looks like.
You're gonna make mistakes and it's gonna be okay, but definitely feel like you have a place in the Adlab, because you do. Everyone needs a manager on their projects.